Yo, what up, y'all? I'm back with another video, and I am convinced that we live in two separate worlds. We live in two different worlds, two different realities, two separate universes. Why do I say that, you ask? Easy. Because if you go online right now, if you have a conversation with your peers, with your friends, with your coworkers, with your family right now, they will all have different views and perspectives of life and how things are going. And I understand that we don't all live the same lives, so we see life from different perspectives. Of course, everyone has their own opinion and everyone voices their opinions based on their experiences and what they've been through in life. I get it, I understand that. But at the same time, there are just certain things that we all should not be seeing so differently. And one of them is definitely the issue of roles that we all play in our day-to-day lives. The roles that we all play in society, the roles that we all play in this world and in this reality. Now, you have two different types of worlds that we are living in right now. One side of men who agree that, yes, men must take up the masculine role. Men must take up the role of protector. Men must take up the role of provider. Men must take care of their families. Men must go out into the world and create for their families, create for their homes. Yes, there's one world where there are men who are masculine, and those types of men, they don't see the world as black and white. They see it for exactly what it is. They know that if a man does not play his role in life and in society, then everything is going to go down the drain, including the value of life. Yes, including how we all live our lives. If men are not protecting, because let's be real, you know that men hold the monopoly on what? Force, right? Men are stronger than women, so we do hold the monopoly on strength. And there are men out there who are wicked and evil. So those men will try to take over other societies. Those men will try to take over other communities, other tribes, other countries, other cities. They will try to take over your home if they were allowed to. And that is why we, for many years, have gone to war with one another. That is why men have gone to war with each other, because you have one side of men who protect. They do not believe that we should use our strength to oppress anyone else. And so those men step up. Those men will fight for the oppressed. They will fight against the oppressors, because the oppressors are usually what? They're usually men. We must agree on that. So whenever this discussion comes up and anyone who tries to say that, well, men hold the monopoly on force, and so they try to force themselves onto other people. They try to force themselves onto women. They try to create slaves. They want slaves. They try to enslave other people who are weaker than them. We know this. That is why having force is dangerous. But when you have that force, it comes with what? Great responsibilities. And there are men out there who don't want that responsibility. And so they try to enslave others and put them under their thumb. They try to oppress others. But you have a group of men who will fight for the weaker, who will fight for the oppressed. So don't tell me that men have not been great in society. Don't tell me that over time men have not been great and men have not been needed. Are you kidding me? Men are needed, even though the other side of men who want to oppress others try to oppress those. You have those men who will step up. But when you don't step up to the oppressors, when you don't step up to those who try to prey on the weaker, then guess what happens? You are as guilty as the oppressor. You are as guilty as the colonizer. You are as guilty as the strong who try to prey on the weak. That is why men must step up. Men must go to war. Yes, good men. Good men have died for us to be able to do the shit that we do now, as far as get on these phones, get behind these cameras, as far as get online and show your ass, as far as get online and voice your opinion. Men have died for this. You do know that, right? It's called freedom. So you cannot tell me that men are not needed. You cannot tell me that there aren't good men out there who protect, who provide for their families. And you cannot tell me that we all do not have certain roles that we must play, because if it was left to the hands of women to defend men against other men, do you want to know how that would play out? No, you don't. Trust and believe you would not like to see that world. And so, yes, men must step up. Men must be men. Men must protect. That is why we were given the strength. That is why we were given the intellectual capabilities to create weapons so that we can defend ourselves against those who try to oppress the weak, against those who try to prey on the weak. So yes, there is one side of men who believe this. There is one side of men who know that they must protect the children, that if the ship is sinking, they must allow the children and the women to get off first. And if they have to drown with the ship, then they just have to drown with the ship. That's just how it is. A man is not going to think twice about that. No, a man is not going to wonder, what if he gets off the ship first and the children, the women and children stay on the ship and sink? No, that man will leap into action. That is what a man does. I'm not even going to say that is what a real man does, because again, I'm tired of people saying real men this, real men do this, real men don't do this. No, let's be real. A man will definitely step in front of a bullet to protect a woman and a child. He will get off the ship. He will allow them to get off the ship first so that they don't drown, and he will go down with the ship. Yes, even though that man was probably the one steering the ship. You see what I'm saying? That is why when you have those men out there who try to prey on the weak, you will have other men who will step up and fight, who will defend the weak. So don't tell me that men are not good. Don't tell me that men have never been good, that men are good for nothing. People who think like this, and we're going to get to that side, because like I said before, like I said earlier, there are two different worlds we are living in. There are two sets of men. The men who believe that we must play our roles as men in society, as men on this earth, on this planet, and in this reality to protect and provide against those who would oppress. And then you have the other set of men. And I'm laughing because those men believe that we are all equal and there are no roles that we must play. Women should go to war just like men do if they are capable of going to war. Yeah, they believe that you women should go to war also. You should be able to protect them too. They believe that if you are more capable of making more money, then they should be able to stay home. Yeah, you heard me right. They should be able to stay at home and take care of the children, cook and clean, and rub your back when you get home and ask you, hey honey, how was your day? Now, ladies, how does that sound? You like that, right? No, you probably don't, because most women don't. It's in our nature, or it's in your nature not to like that. It's in male nature to go out there and get it and hunt down the food and bring it back home. Not the other way around. Not allow his woman to go out there and hunt down the food and bring it back so he can cook it. No, just because you are capable of doing something does not mean you are probable of reaching the best outcome. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you understand what I am saying? Just because you're capable of doing it, trust and believe there's going to be some lions out there that are stronger than you. So you may not even make it home. Yes, you may not even make it home. That man is going to be at home with the kids waiting on you. How sexy does that sound, ladies? Yeah, you like that, right? To see your man in the apron when you get home, to see him in the kitchen, to see him gardening while you were out there sweating all day, working all day. Some of y'all actually advocate for this. Some women advocate for this, but you want to know the truth? They don't like it. They still don't like it. They don't want their man sitting at home. No, they don't want to come home to a man. No, they would rather the man come home to them. So those men who believe that we do not have roles to play, yeah, they don't believe this at all. They believe that a woman should be able to do exactly what a man is able to do. That woman should be able to allow him to get off the ship first. Yeah, she should sink with the ship. How sexy is that, ladies? Isn't that what you want? Isn't that what y'all are advocating for? I beg to differ, because I know that deep down inside, human nature, female nature, male nature, we all know that we have roles to play. And even though we are living in two separate realities where one side believes that we have roles to play and that men should play those roles when it comes to force, when it comes to strength, when it comes to protection and provision, and then you have the other side where those men believe that they should be able to stay at home, take care of the kids, cook and clean while their woman goes out into the world and she provides and protects him. Now, which world would you rather live in, ladies? Leave a comment below and let us know. Until next time.
If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content.